What is up, everybody? DanDanTheFireman here. We're going to be going over this new MotoStars video. We're going to go over crashes and close calls, utilizing the plan method. We're going to try to figure out how it happened, what happened, all that stuff, and try to avoid these accidents. So if you're a brand new rider, don't do that, obviously. But if you're a brand new rider, this is going to help out so you can actually visualize some of the things that are happening, know what it is you need to practice on. And if you really want to start practicing on things, we do have a new website called ridingsmart.com. And that's me right there. But we do have the Smart Rider training drills right here for $19. You get 24 drills. The Smart Rider training manual is coming out by end of June, and that's going to get you prepped for everything. So it's basically like an MSF course. Do it DIY on your own. And we do have the membership right now. There's a founders membership. Link's going to be in the description for 50% off, $60 a year, and that's forever. So this is what it's going to be like after the Smart Rider training manual is live. Once again, you get access to an app right here. These are the drills. You click it. Here's the lefty-loosey. It's going to take you to the video, and you're going to have the actual drill there. And it comes with the download. So we're going to go ahead and jump right back into this. Don't do this, but let's find out.
Hey everyone, as in many examples in today's episode and in this one too, speed and overcut lead to serious trouble for this biker.
Support.
Let this serve as a reminder of why wearing the right gear
Get all
is so important.
the courses in the future if you are a member. Oh, he went a little off-road, slide down the hill, not too big of a deal. He was practicing his wheelies on public streets. I recommend you doing it in a parking lot. Honestly, it's up to you. He lost his phone. It's on the ground somewhere.
I'm good. You're good.
I always say practice in a parking lot, just like the Smart Rider drills. It's a closed course. You're not going to deal with traffic. I understand that you can't really do a wheelie for a very long distance in a parking lot, so this is kind of fun.
Biker. Let this serve as a reminder of why wearing the right
you do have road traffic and a bunch of other stuff. It could cause some issues. So when it comes to positioning for safety, locating hazard situations, you might be the hazardous situation here. Just do it in a parking lot. But
good, man.
It's up to you. If you crash, that's wear some gear. Wear some gear. Let's go to move on to the next one.
Cool.
That's me.
Oh, there we go. What happened there?
Yep, that's me.
Yeah, we had to layer down, huh?
How I ended up in this situation.
Yeah, later down, coming around the corner. Let's see if we can scroll back. Let's scroll back a little bit. So this is one of the problems that we have when it comes to being a new rider is that as soon as we see something that takes our line of sight away from us, it starts to make us panic just a tiny bit. And that's going to be something that is a little scary. And it's going to cause you to panic. So like we see that roadway user right there. It's a tractor. It's taking up a lot of room. It's like, oh crap. And we start to panic. And one of the first things we do when we panic is slamming the brakes. Usually the rear brake. If we're car drivers, we tend to slam that rear brake because that's where the panic is with our right foot. Rear brake is the right foot. So we panic a little bit. One thing I really want you guys to focus on is that when this happens, you really need to snap yourself out of it real quick. And the best way to do that is practice, train in a parking lot. Or when you're out riding, always be training. Every single riding session, even if it's just like a casual one, is still a training session. So once we see that, it's like, oh crap, okay, what's the escape? Well, we got to get ourselves in a new position for safety. This person is taking up a ton of room. There's nothing they can really do. They're on the road, whatever. So we need to plan, right? Position for safety. We located a hazardous situation. It's a relevant threat. Navigate into a new position for safety off to the side. Give ourselves that space cushion. Now, it's a little scary, especially in a turn. We're going a little bit fast, but let's not panic with emergency brake or panic braking. We can do progressive braking, but we need to get ourselves into a new position. Once we're in this new position, we have to now navigate this line as best we can. So we're going to come up to here. We started that, but we slammed the brake. That's why we fell. So we did good by putting ourselves in a new position, but we fell because we slammed the brake and lost traction. So we did a little bit too much. The rear tire looks like it slid out from underneath us. Our right foot slammed that brake. There it is. So we're learning from this so that we don't do it ourselves.
You're wondering how I ended up.
So he did find himself the escape, but he slammed the brakes. So let's not slam the brakes. All right, here we go. Oh, geez. Okay. So intersections, very scary. Intersections and corners are the most common areas for people to crash. Intersections is going to be left turners here in the United States. corners, it's just a failure to negotiate the corner because we're going too fast in the corner. We get shot out to the outside, hit the guardrail, hit the mountain, fall off the mountain, whatever it is, or we low side or we high side. That's going to happen in corners. So corners, intersections, scary situation. Always look for traffic like this. And when you see somebody pulling out like this is why we don't speed through intersections, because it's much easier to swerve, much easier to brake when we're going the speed limit. Maybe even rolling off the throttle, going in intersections, increasing our throttle, going out of the intersections because we're prepping for just something like this. Somebody's coming out like this. What do we have to do? We have to find that escape path. We have to get ourselves out of there. He's already aiming for it, so this is good. So he did it. Solved the problem. It's a close call now. Now we have to swerve back into our lane. Okay, we can't just keep swerving right because we're going to hit that sign and the pole and the grass and everything. We have to swerve back. So we swerve out, swerve back. And we fell. So maybe slam the brakes same time, maybe hit some road surface hazards. Either way, sometimes this can happen. This just happens. And that's not fun. That's why as a smart rider, we're acquiring and using personal protective equipment just in case we hit the ground. He doesn't have a jacket, so he's going to have road rash on the left. He learned a lot of valuable lessons. Regular jeans, they're going to tear. He's got motorcycle boots. That's good. He had gloves. He had a helmet. That's how I was able to have the camera. But road rash on the forearms. That's where your motorcycle jacket's going to prevent a lot of that stuff. So please wear some gear. I get it. You don't want to be sweaty, but I'd rather sweat than bleed. So there's another intersection. Good swerve out. That can happen. Now, how did that happen? Why did that driver sneak out? Probably didn't see us because we have a line of sight issue. That vehicle right there is blocking our line of sight. So whenever I come to intersections, I'm always worried about line of sight. It's like, I get it. I can see you, but you probably can't see me. And so that's just going to, launch something off. It's probably a relevant threat coming up. This is a hazardous situation. So now they can see us. He pulls out. Oh, crap. I think we were passing because it's not a double lane road and they're turning right. So I think we were passing. So we kind of got ourselves in that bad spot too. Yeah, we were passing. So be very careful with that. The other driver didn't really do anything wrong. Oh, transition. Transitioning from asphalt to...
This rider pulled off to the side way
to gravel,
aggressively, which led to some unpleasant consequences. If he had been wearing proper gear, it would have been just a small lesson, nothing more.
Yeah. I mean, small lesson, nothing more. He probably got some gravel in his hands. I mean, even falling off a bicycle and a rollerblades as a kid, putting your hands down without stuff, you're getting gravel, and that sucks. All right, so check yourself. What does he got in there? Some snacks? Some snacks. He's got his trauma kit, maybe a boo-boo kit where he puts some Band-Aids on. It's hard to lift it that way, but he's strong enough that he's able to do it. Very good. He's leaking some fluids. Side stands down. Good. Broke some pieces. All right, let's go back to this. Let's see what happened here. So you can almost hear the ABS kick in too. And he blew up. Here we go. Yeah, you hear the ABS. So he's slowing down pretty hard coming into here, especially with that front brake. Slowing down pretty hard. So he's going 43, I'm going to assume kilometers an hour. Not big of a deal at that speed. But if it's miles per hour, that's pretty fast. When you transition from asphalt to gravel, just remember you're going to have a loss of traction. So you want to do most of your slowing down here on the asphalt. And then you want to come in as straight as possible. So like if your exit's right here, you want to go on the asphalt, the turning, to basically going straight there. Now, if you're going to come in and do this, that's perfectly fine. If you're going to come in, let's go ahead and delete some of these. If you come in and then you make, let's do this. If you come in and then when you're on the gravel, you make a sharp turn, that's when you start having the issues, especially if you're applying the brakes going into it. So if we're applying the brakes, releasing the brakes here and kind of coasting a little bit of throttle friction zone here, we should be fine. But if we're applying the brakes, now still brakes on the gravel, we lost traction. The bike's going to probably fall down. And I think that's what happened here is that we were applying the brakes from asphalt into gravel. Yep, right there. So start to release the brakes before you get onto the gravel. And it looks like this is where we're trying to go because there's another rider right there. And here's a smiley face. So we're trying to go to the smiley face, release the brakes at this point, and slowly, with friction zone and throttle control, keep the handlebars as straight as possible when it comes to that. Try your best to slow down on the asphalt, okay? It's pretty scary, happens. But as soon as we hit that asphalt, or as soon as we hit the gravel,
Off to the side to
we
wait
lost
for-
traction.
Ainda por cima fodi o farol.
Dangerous driver, crippled biker. If my daughter had been on the, would have been killed. Okay. Oh shoot. Intersections. So this is not America, so right turners, I guess. Okay. Oh, there's the right leg impact. He's up and over the hood. Oh, here we go. Now we can see it. Oh. So in this situation, you're gonna have to make a quick adjustment. You might have to swerve left. Or since we're going slow enough, apply good progressive braking and let them in. You might have to make a decision to do a left-handed turn right here or swerve left to get into this gap. Looks like he's making the turn and just continue the turn. You're gonna have to do the turn and then, oh crap, and then do a swerve out. Or apply progressive braking right here to allow them in. You might T-bone them, but it's not going to be like this. And that's the thing is sometimes stuff happens. This is why you wear gear. We're trying to prevent a lot of it, but sometimes you can't prevent it. And that's going to be some of these videos. Oh, side of the pedestrian. You see the panic. Watch the hands. See the panic grabbing everything. Like, trying to do that. This is why you practice progressive braking in a parking lot. And you're also already practicing progressive braking going to a stoplight and a stop sign. You're already practicing it. So be aware of that. You're actually practicing it because when you're like, okay, I'm braking at the stoplight versus just stopping. I'm practicing. Because then when something like this happens, your automatic nervous system is going to kick in and it's going to be like, okay, cool. Nice, easy grab instead of a panic. Don't worry about reaching for the horn. So I'm going to get out of the way. I want you guys to see the left hand. Just watch the left hand. The right hand obviously is grabbing a lot of the brakes. Left hand's grabbing the clutch. That's perfectly fine too. Clutch and brakes, perfectly fine. But he's also really trying hard to get to that horn. I don't care about the horn. I care about swerving or braking. I don't care about the horn. He's probably cussing it up.
I have. So this day, it's a little bit colder than it normally is, and I have a brand new.
Anybody gonna come out? Turn left? Nope.
I washed my front tires, but this time I'm like, yeah.
Okay, water on tires is not that.
Everything's going smooth.
We lose traction. Yeah. I was just double checking, making sure you didn't put tire shine on those tires. Guys, don't put tire shine on your motorcycle tires. Don't. So I was just checking to see if you did. They look pretty. They don't look shiny.
No. Then I'm sliding. Going down.
So cold day, a little bit water. Water shouldn't be that big of a deal. And cold tires on the road, not typically a problem when you're out riding. New tires, yes. The first like 50 miles, you don't want to be going crazy because you're just breaking in the tires. You got to get off that protectant, that preservative they put on the tires, and you're kind of slowly easing in and out. You know, just normal riding, no hard leaning, no hard acceleration or hard braking, just kind of easing, almost like you have a passenger on the bike. So the cold tires and washing them shouldn't really be it's never been a problem. Unless it's snow.
Keeps going and wants to.
He said new tire, you think? Okay, so I mean, probably new tire.
Shoulder, for the most part, that took all the
And that's the scary thing. So let's see him actually like go through the turn. Let's see.
That normally is, and I have a
brand new tire. There it is. Okay, brand new tire. That's definitely gonna, guys. This is nice and easy. So let's see him go through the turn.
I wash my front tires.
So you washed them.
I'm like, yeah.
Okay, so here, when you're going through here, do it a little bit slower. Nice, easy, slow turn. Don't treat it like it's an older tire that has grip and you're just making these sharp turns.
To be able to break her in, everything's going
So that's a pretty hard lean right here, and he's accelerating through it. Just go nice and easy.
smooth, and all of a sudden, I have then I'm sliding, going down. So I pop up and try to add a little bit of throttle to hopefully pop myself up as well. And as you see, the bike...
Yeah, the rear tire is going to lose traction.
And wants to take a nap.
Because in a corner, the cornering itself takes traction. Let's pretend you have 100... This is a very simplified way of saying it. If you have 100% traction, if you're vertical, right? Not moving anywhere. You're not going, you're not stopping, you're just sitting there. 100% traction. Moment you give it some throttle, it takes traction to go. So now let's say we have 80% traction because we're using 20%. This is very simplified. It's not, okay? And now let's say we're accelerating and we're turning. Well, turning takes traction too, and accelerating takes traction. Now if we give acceleration, turning, we're going to get to a point where we don't have a lot of traction left and it's just going to slide out. Now, a brand new tire, you don't start off basically with 100% traction. You start off with like 50% just because it's brand new, all the preservatives on the tire and all this other stuff. So if we're doing like what we think we have like 50% because we're normally able to do this, well, we ran out of traction because the tire's still new. That's why you warm it up. That's why you ride it very easy the first 50 miles, 100 miles, nice and easy so that you finally get that traction going back. Braking also needs traction too. That's why when people are applying the brakes, we just saw it, when they hit gravel doesn't have a lot of traction. It's not asphalt. It's not grippy. It's not sandpapery. It's just gravel and loose dirt. So that means we don't have a lot of traction. That's why dirt bikers need knobby tires so it can grab more. And also that's why they fishtail all over the place. So here, same thing, okay? Just realize that you don't have a lot of traction right now until you wear in those tires just a little bit.
Took all the weight and have a start looking. So, not much. All right, where we go. Killer. Both laugh and cry at the B was...
I knew
a nice slide.
All right, here we go. Going kilometers an hour.
Here we've got
like
a
kilometers.
situation where the next challenging turn completely...
Don't look like we're going too fast. I love the road. I love the
Fixation
view.
was the main reason behind
Target fixation. Okay. Okay, we have a sharp turn going left. You notice how the road disappeared? Let's go back just a little bit. See the road disappear right there? It's the crest of the hill. It's the crest of the hill. The road disappears at the end where my finger is. See how my finger disappears? Road disappears. Let's go back just a little bit more. Road disappears a little bit because of the crest of the hill. We get over the crest of the hill, the road appears. Okay?
We've got a situation where the
Road's still there. Road's still, you can see pretty far. You can see pretty far. Crest of the hill, can't see over the other side. Okay, looks like miles per hour. Okay.
Target fixation was the main reason behind the fall.
Okay, road disappears. Now the road appears. Okay, that's fine. Road disappears to the left. Okay, that indicates when we're talking about locating hazardous situations. For me, if I can't see where the road goes, it's a hazardous situation. I'm going to slow it down just a little bit. See how you're constantly, hey, it appears, disappears, appears, disappears, appears, disappears. Road disappears to the left. It's sharp. We have line of sight issue. This isn't good. I don't like it, so I'm going to roll off the throttle just a little bit until I can see the road appear. We have chevrons right there, right at the very end. That means it's a sharp turn. Okay, these are all clues to start figuring this out. So now we come into it. Now we can finally see a little bit of the turn, but it's still disappearing and it's short. It's not like way out there. It means it's a very sharp turn. We got into it a little bit fast. So all those signs that I was pointing out, it disappearing, the signage, I'm slowing down back there. So when I come up to here, I'm not going so fast. So if there is a very sharp turn, or since I have a line of sight issue, there's road debris or a car there, I'm already slowed enough to be able to make an emergency maneuver, emergency braking, emergency acceleration, or emergency swerving at a slower speed. So he panicked a little bit. You saw the jostle. It means he slammed the brakes, lost traction, released the brakes, and it gained traction. Now let's see what happens here. Try to apply more brakes to stop in time. He went off road. He was able to slow down enough to where it wasn't a crazy accident. One thing that we could have done instead here, so if we get ourselves caught up in here, we need to start slowing down right now. We see the chevrons. Okay, first start slowing down. He's slowing down a little bit. We're doing 47, it was 54. And we're down to 35, so he's applying the brakes. We get stuck here. So instead of slamming the brakes, keep our eyeballs right here. Now it's going to continue moving, right? And so what I'm trying to do is keep my eyeballs, my target fixation on the solution instead of panicking and looking at where I might crash. This is target fixating on the problem, the scary thing. This is target fixating on the solution. Really push towards it and lean into the turn. Turn, turn, look and turn, look and turn. Look. Don't look here. Look. Look and turn, look and turn, look and turn. Keep it going. Try your best. Try your best. But this was pretty good. This is like, we've seen some crazy crashes where people like go way too fast. Wear some gear too, just in case.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
He's doing fine.
We were just checking you okay.
Yeah, thanks.
Very nice. He's rescuing. I love that. Love that.
Oh, that's a lot of damage.
Sharp left.
Finish him, Daddy.
Left. Okay, left turn on. Oh no. That wasn't that bad of a turn. We're going on an interstate. You notice how it's a U-turn? Hey, remember for 10 months. See the signage? That means it's going to be a sharp turn. So we're going to have to go into it nice and easy. We can't go into it like it's going to be a 90-degree turn. We have to slow it down and then accelerate out.
Oh, that's a lot of damage.
So right here, we're probably going a little too fast and we're leaning really hard. Who knows if we applied the brakes, but we did dump the bike randomly in the middle of the road. We lost balance, we lost traction, we fell down.
Oh, pimp that.
You can almost see the difference between the two riders.
A lot of damage.
Finish him.
It's the sound effects, geez. So she's leaned pretty far, he's not.
Daddy.
He's
Oh, pimp
and she dumps the bike.
Disgrace.
Hopefully she's fine.
That.
It's called threading.
Okay. Here we go, filming with a potato. We're going through some mountains here. Okay, road surface is okay. It is what it is. There's that sign. It's a sharp right, sharp left turn. Recommended 25 miles per hour. We're going 75. Okay. So sharp right, sharp left. And he was going a little too fast, and there's the dust up. Okay, not good. Hopefully we can rescue them. So once you see your friend crash, remain calm. Don't participate in the crash. Ensure your own safety. Okay, ensure your own safety. Thanks, Mitch Connor, for the $4.99. Appreciate that. It's going to pop up. There it is. Ensure your own safety. So go ahead and pull up. Get around this corner. Maybe do a U-turn if you want to, or pull off to the side and then jog back with your rescue pack if you have one. We're all out of them. Stop any major bleeds. All right, riding Harley. Hey, he's got one of these. These are bone conducting. Wear ear protection, please. Wear ear protection. Can't really see it because it's green. Oh, I guess you can. It's invisible. Wear ear protection. What's going to happen here? I love the camera view, buddy. Okay, we have a side of the vehicle in the middle of the road. Let's not come up to it super quick. Don't worry about getting mad. Practice slow speed. Practice slow speed maneuvers. They're very good. He's not stalling. Might have to downshift here and there. Not a big deal. People do dumb things all the time.
This
Beautiful
bike
looking
was
view.
alert enough to avoid a crash with the truck. The driver gave no signal at all before turning, putting the
Okay.
side in a really tough
See the line of sight? He's about to do a head check right here.
spot.
There's the head check. Oh. Trucks need turning radius. And he kind of pulled out. Don't pass near intersections. Don't pass in intersections. You don't know if they're going to turn right or left. It doesn't matter if they use a blinker or not. He has brakes on, indicating he's slowing down. So just go ahead and relax a little bit. Oh, here's the big problem
No
here.
signal
Let's
at
take a
all
look.
before turning, putting the side in a
just
really
noticed.
tough spot.
He's got a rear rock. Good job with the brakes, though. Good job with progressive braking. Very good. I'll give him that. All right, here we go. Watch out for this person coming into our lane. Ooh, road surface. Ooh, get out of that. Yeah, they're coming to our lane. There it is. Don't hang out in blind spots. So we're coming up to here. Space cushion's okay. I'd rather position off to the left. so I can see ahead. That's what I like to do when it comes to positioning for safety. So now we're in the blind spot. I'm not hanging out here. I get it. Like, I'm just doing my normal speed. They're just going slower or faster or whatever. But if they start slowing down, I'm going to either slow down a little bit too, and then I'm going to accelerate past once there's a big enough space cushion. I'm always riding staggered with other cars. Just like if you're riding staggered in a group ride and somebody swerves out of the way of a road surface hazard, they're not going to hit you. But if you're side by side in a group ride and they swerve, they're going to hit you. Same thing with cars. If you're in a blind spot, they can hit you. They can hit you side by side or staggered with cars. Like most of riding, right, Horvath? Most of riding is reading other people's driving behavior. That's most of riding. Once you understand friction zone, throttle control, shifting, turning, all that stuff, and it's very simple, you just don't go fast. Most of riding in traffic is understanding road driver behavior. That's it. That's it. That's why the plan method is so important. You're locating and assessing relevant threats. Open lane patterns, side by side, intersections, corners.
Situation, the rider
Watch out.
the opposite direction where
Moped miss on hairpin turn in Hawaii.
It was his sharp reaction that helped everyone avoid.
Oh, he went wide. He went wide. Probably rental. Probably a rental bike. Just having a ton of fun. Probably not experienced. Went a little too fast around an unfamiliar turn because he's a tourist maybe. Doesn't know the turns. Same thing here. A little bit too fast. The music, I swear. All right. Idiot driver on the phone almost runs over a pedestrian. Okay, here we go. A little too close. Don't like it, but let's see what happens here. Oh. Almost hits a pedestrian. What is the pedestrian doing in the middle of the road? Because they were walking. You see, he's walking from like way over there towards us, not side crossing streets. Degra, nice. Up. Some people are really good with the horn. All right, move. Get out of here. Oh, cutting it a little bit. Oh. Okay, moving on. What else? What else we got? Nothing? Okay. All right, Chinese BMW driver crazy cutting motorcycle. Okay. Move. I get it. Like, you don't, it's not fun to have that happen to you, but you need to move out of the way. You're not going to win. They're going to have a small scratch on their car. You're going to be on the ground with a broken arm. Rider was relatively new to the group and could ride, but had a pretty bad accident after getting a slide at home and a little too comfortable. Guardian Angel put him on a bed of grass and only one drop of blood came out. Only one drop? All right, here we go. Let's see what happens. We're coming around a corner. Did somebody go a little too fast around this corner? Okay, nice little slow speed maneuver to go up. Very nice.
You want to try to drag it up here?
We did a little time jump here. He's off the road. Got very lucky. So I'm assuming went a little too wide on a corner. Went off the edge because we're pretty far into the foliage.
Yeah, he cracked the entire frame off.
Yeah.
Okay, so that bike's done. Oh, yeah. That's done. That's done. All right, so we didn't get to see much of that one, but we're going to go ahead and hear. Assume every driver is trying to kill you. I think every driver is just incompetent. That's what I assume. I assume every driver is incompetent. I'm smarter than them, and I'm going to go ahead and take care of myself. All right, we're coming up to here. We're going to go ahead and speed through the intersection. We're going to turn left. Watch out for the bus not paying attention, and just kept going. So good job on you. Like I said, they're incompetent. We're going to protect ourselves. All right, he almost hit me. Okay, we're moving off to the right side of our lane. Very good positioning. Oh, we were turning anyways, and they just went around. They didn't really almost hit you. Oh, yeah, I guess he did. Yeah, I guess he almost did hit him. So he was waving, got distracted by the other drivers, were waving to the other motorcycle riders. He's kind of in the same line as we are, and then right last second, only because we were turning, it was like, only because we were turning that we didn't get hit. They were looking at the other right. So this was a distracted motorcycle rider. Yeah, he swerved last second. All right. Sharp right turn. 30 miles per hour recommended. I don't think we're going 30 miles per hour. Guys, please look at the signage. Look at the signage. That's going to tell you what's happening. What do you think is going to happen here? He's going to go off-road? Oh, that's not a good sign. Bike's on the side of the road. Somebody else did, but going the other way probably. Good job. Remain calm. Pull over to the side. So somebody else was going this way and went off-road probably. How are we going to rescue?
Bueno, a primera puedo decir que fue porque no conocía la calle, se nota.
So somebody, yes, that's a fun little turn right there, but it looks like somebody went off-road. Let's see. Okay.
Hola, muy buena gente.
There we
Pues
go.
en este caso traemos un
I guess here's the video.
accidente, ¿verdad? Nuestro compañero, pues,
Going pretty fast. It's 30 miles an hour recommended. He's slowing down really hard right here.
Rápido, no la conocía, se iba a ir
Maybe
de
people
paso,
behind him's not paying attention, hits him.
y pisó el freno.
Yep, that person's not paying attention. There's the high side. Up and over. Guys are racing it. Guys are racing this corners, and that corner said 30 miles per hour, you know, sharp left turn for them. Dumped the bike. So he's over here. They're all going fast. He wasn't paying attention. Now he's sliding because he slammed the brakes. Rear tire is sliding everywhere. And then it was going to fall down, but it gained traction. Now he high-sided. That's a very painful high mechanism injury. So right shoulder, right legs, everything, and then he went road rash. Probably stopped right there because he hit the sign.
Pues según lo que puedo
He's standing, that's good.
en el video, pues
That's good. He's
puedo analizar rápidamente de que
a little bit on his
el
back.
problema fue de que excedió
Right shoulder,
el freno trasero y usó de menos el freno delantero.
right arm road rash,
Las
easy.
motocicletas deportivas todos
He's got a
sabemos
helmet,
que
that's
es
good.
más freno delantero y muy poco freno trasero. En mi caso yo
So he's walking,
nunca
that's good.
uso
That's
freno
good. He
trasero.
took his own
pero
helmet
pues,
off. That's up to
gracias
him.
a Dios fueron pocos daños, no fue nada grave tanto para nuestro compañero.
Yeah, just yell at him. You can't park there. Yeah, that's a terrible situation. But once again, guys, let's slow it down. Let's make it a little bit easier for us. Let's watch out for these cars. Remember, once you figure out how to ride, it's really just driver behavior and anticipating what they're trying to do. And that's the whole point of plan. So make sure you guys grab the Smart Rider Crew membership. There's a discount for 50% off right now. By the end of June, it's going to go up. So with that said, hope you guys ride safe, be safe, and I'll see you guys on the next live stream.